I said, listen, Jess has got a bigger cock than all of us. So you be careful.
And now, Cheese Wits.
How do you guys think we should start this thing?
I just think, just something like, hey, this is Cheese Wits. Here we are.
Mm-hmm.
This is Cheese Wits. This is Jess. Bidit.
Okay.
I don't know if we want to say bidit. We might want to use real words.
Maybe not.
Yeah, you don't want to sound like John Fetterman, do you?
Bidit.
Too early for the John Fetterman joke.
No, I think I'm excited about all of that shit. I love elections. I love voting. I really do. I don't like all the other bullshit, but I just love it. And I love seeing people's reactions to shit after. And I was watching Fox News, and to watch them struggle to explain what happened and how they've been wrong for the last 6 months.
You mean the red wave that looked like a can of Kool-Aid?
Yeah, it's so heartwarming. It's just heartwarming to hear those idiots. Just stop all of it and move forward.
Tell them to look over here in Tennessee. We got all the red here. It's all here. The whole state. If you look up Tennessee election results, it'll pull up a map for you that is entirely red, including our racist, homophobic, anti-woman governor, reelected. Yes, he was. Hallelujah.
My cousin lives in Texas, and she changed her profile picture just to a red block. And she's very much into. It's so funny.
Sounds like a very open-minded person.
Yeah, it's so funny because she's always talking about Biden's ruined the country and the economy sucks, and every other fucking post she puts on is about, oh, I'm going on a cruise next week. I'm doing this next week. Look at this great restaurant. I mean, what the fuck? How has he hurt your life? You're eating at fucking the best restaurant, spending, drinking a $35 glass of wine, while I'm drinking some fucking barefoot in a glass that I've had forever. Come on.
Yeah, some of us like our Andre Cold Duck. We're okay with that.
I want some Manischewitz.
Mad Dog 2020 in the house.
Oh,
had a girl.
No. So when we owned, you'd be an easy date. when Jody and I owned the convenience store we had. Well, it was a bodega. It was a convenience store and a little restaurant, a bunch of swivel seats and shit. Blah blah blah. Mad Dog 2020 and Irish Rose, because we couldn't sell hard liquor, but we could sell beer. We had a beer license, but not a hard liquor license. Hard liquor can only be sold by the state in a state establishment. So we could sell Mad Dog, Four Roses or Irish Rose, and Boone's Farm. And man, that shit flew off the shelves because we were in a really poor little neighborhood. And it felt like being in high school.
I was going to say, it sounds like from those selections, it sounds like I'm 16.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
We have these things called, I don't know what they're really called, but let's just say it's Seagram Strawberry Daiquiri, because we're not allowed to sell liquor. We're only allowed to sell beer and wine at the bowling alley.
Wine coolers?
And
wine coolers?
Not even a wine cooler. It'll say Strawberry Daiquiri, and in real small letters, malt liquor flavored beverage.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's like flavorful Zima. Remember those?
Basically, yes. Oh, but that shit. My God.
What was the favorite drink in high school? So when I was in high school, it was Boone's Farm Strawberry Pasture or something like that, and blackberry brandy. Those are the big beverages.
I mean,
of high school drunks.
The purple Mad Dog and the Cold Duck. The Cold Duck. The Cold Duck was for fancy celebrations, though.
Peppermint schnapps.
Peppermint schnapps.
Oh,
yeah, that was one.
Peppermint schnapps is a favorite until you vomit peppermint schnapps, and then not so much anymore.
It's like what is that called? Dr. McGillicuddy's. Is it Dr. McGillicuddy's? That's a peppermint schnapps. I call that the alcoholic's mouthwash. That's really what it is. It's like, I'll drink this. I'll think I've just had my mouthwash. Like, you fucking smell like you drank, like, maybe brushed your teeth and then drank a bottle of isopropyl alcohol. That's what You don't. You're like Keith Whitley over there with a hairspray can. Stop it already. There. I know I shouldn't make the Keith Whitley guy now.
It's too soon. It's too soon.
Yeah. He's been dead 30 years?
Yes, but he was only just inducted into the Country Hall of Fame like 2 weeks ago. Can we?
Was he really?
Yeah.
No shit. What did Lori Morgan do?
She was there to say thank you, and the kids were there, and yeah.
Wow.
I know.
I'm far removed from that shit.
Hey, do you think we should introduce ourselves?
Yeah. Hey, I'm Jess.
Okay, I guess that makes me.
I'm Jess.
Oh.
For the real Jess, please stand up.
I'm absolutely not Jess.
Yeah, okay. So go ahead. How do we want to do it? Hi, I'm Wally.
Hi, Wally.
I'm in Maine. the northernmost part of this lovely country, where the sun rises first in this country. And
is that on your license plates?
The sun rises first.
We have the lobster.
Where the sun rises first.
This is where the sun does rise first in Maine. It's the easternmost part of North America.
Wow.
A snippet of Maine, not all of Maine. Just a little wedge is where it is. No, we have a lobster. Yeah. So I'm Wally. I am what am I? I'm a 60-year-old guy with really bad hair. Couple of grandkids.
You look like shit.
Horses. One testicle bigger than the other. There you go.
Wow, I didn't know that. Okay.
Wow.
The things you learn about people you've known for 30 years. Okay.
You gotta put something in there, right? Oh yeah, I've known Jess for 30 years.
Yeah, a little bit longer than that.
A little bit longer than that.
Yeah.
More like 35.
I'm Jess. I live in Nashville, Tennessee, and Wally and I did radio together 30 years ago, plus.
We kicked ass.
We kicked ass at the radio together 30 years ago. And then our other friend here, who shall introduce himself in a minute, we did radio together, he and I, 10 years ago. And
you kicked ass.
And we kicked ass. And then I introduced the two of them, and now they're madly in love as well, and it's a whole love fest over here. Chris?
We kind of are, because I sort of heard Chris make a little when I said I had one testicle bigger than the other.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, I'm Chris. I know Jess from, I guess, 10 years ago, 11, 12 years ago, when we worked together and we kicked ass. And we did what in radio you would call outperform the station for the Arbitron numbers.
Yes, we certainly did. We did.
Say the least. My testicles are the same size, but they're both tiny. And I have bad hair too. You can't see that, unfortunately, right now. Not that you'd want to. And let's see, what can I tell you about myself? I like moonlight walks on the beach. And I'm an easy leg. That's it. Yes.
Pina coladas and long walks on the beach.
Although that's not my favorite Rupert Holmes song.
No, it isn't? I didn't know there was another one.
I didn't either.
Oh my God, you've got, hold on, no, back up, people. I thought you were in fucking radio. There's him, and then there's Answering Machine also.
Him, I remember him.
Oh, yeah.
Him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I remember, holy shit.
See?
God, you just brought me back.
Man, I'm glad I could take you in your bigger testicle back.
You know, one of my favorite songs that you probably never ever heard on the radio is a song by Chilliwack. Does anybody know this song by Chilliwack?
Chilliwack. I like I Believe from Chilliwack.
Gone,
my favorite from them. There's
so
that
long.
one too, yeah.
That's my favorite Chilliwack song.
It's a yacht rock club tonight.
You know what it is, Jess?
What?
You've been in country radio too long.
Apparently I have, yeah. I listen to other stuff, though. I listen to the yacht rock.
I do like yacht rock, actually.
I really like it in the summer when I'm on a yacht. No, when I'm by a pool or any sort of body of water.
When you're on a yacht.
Yeah. Also, I want to mention my testicles are probably bigger than both of yours because I had to put them up here. They were so big.
Well, yours. I've always said. Listen, I've said this to a number of people. I said this when I was working with you. I said it to somebody that recently just died. I said, listen, Jess has got a bigger cock than all of us. So you be careful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you can jump rope with it.
Yeah.
Basically,
I remember that. Yeah.
Do you know, Chris, speaking of somebody who just died, and to fill in Wally and anybody else who might be listening, if we have any listener at this point.
Right. Maybe one.
The person who died was somebody that we worked with in Maryland. And I'll just say that I didn't feel any kind of way about his passing. He to me was not a good person. And I'll leave it at that, except that a friend of mine who lives here in Nashville called me the day that it happened and said, I just want to check on you because somebody you don't like died and I want to see how you're feeling.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
What were they expecting?
Well, because it can be complicated. There can be, some people could have guilt, I guess, for feeling the way that they felt. But
right.
I mean, it's not like I'm happy that he died. I didn't wish the guy cancer, but also I'm not sad. So I don't. So
I'm
have
fine. A death story where I had a real emotional feeling on somebody I did not like, and I was super sad. So when so I was a foster kid, as you know, and then I was adopted later. When my DNA dad died, I found out 2 years after he died.
Oh, wow!
And I was devastated. Even
That's
though
a little different.
I'd only lived with him for about 3 years when I was a kid, because the state took me away when I was 3, and then I met him when I was about 19, and tried to create a relationship for about 6 months, and it just didn't work out. He was an asshole, and then he died, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 years ago, but I found out 2 years later, and I was kind of bummed.
That feels a little bit different, even though he was kind of a stranger. He's your dad, so
that's the thing.
I can get that.
He's your dad, even though you don't like. I didn't like him at all.
Yeah,
he was just a prick.
I get that,
a piece
though.
of shit, really. He was just a bad man.
Yeah.
He was a bad man, but I was really sort of, I was sad by that. So I can see why somebody might call you.
Yeah.
And say, hey, how are you?
But I really was kind of like, I've thought about this throughout the day, and I don't have any kind of feeling one way or the other about it. As a matter of fact, it was Chris who texted me that it had happened, and that that the guy had passed, and it was hours later that I texted him back and said, I don't feel any kind of way about this, because I just really I feel sad for his wife and daughter, but
right.
Other than that, I'm not. I don't know. I'm not sad.
Yeah, and I think it's okay not to be sad.
Yeah, and just as long as it's clear that I'm not saying the opposite of sad is happy. Like, I'm just neutral on the whole thing.
Yeah, you don't really give a rat's ass.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
People live, people die. Great. Let me go let the dog out.
Yeah, exactly.
I gotta let the dog out and get the little baggie to pick up his shit.
Exactly.
That's what you gotta do. You know what I like? Do you have to pick up poop at your house? When your dogs go out? I
mean, it's my yard. I own it. I don't have to.
Oh, okay. I see people walking around with little poop bags all the time.
If they're if I walk them, if I'm walking them and they go somewhere that's not my yard, I'll pick it up. But I don't play in the backyard, so I don't worry about my backyard. Which is going to be fun, because I'm officially about to put my house on the market.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Is it because of the crazy girl?
Yeah, because there's a felon and her felon boyfriend over there. And
is he back? Is he out of jail?
Oh yeah, he's been out. He's been out and over there every single day ever since.
Oh, jeez.
He's been there. Been over there for a couple months every day. Man. So between that and this, the brutal beating she was involved in, and the screaming woman in her bra standing in the front yard. I told you guys about that, right? No. I'm sitting here trying to do some work, and I hear yelling, and I jump up and run over to the window, and there is a woman in her bra standing in the next door neighbor's yard screaming at her. The neighbor is standing on her porch screaming back. There's 2 other women who are kind of getting in between them, because the one in her bra keeps getting closer and closer to the porch, like she's going to get... she's going to get into a physical fight with her, and she's the one on the porch is screaming back. And I videoed it because in case anybody started shooting, I wanted.
Do you live in a dental free zone?
I live what was a really good neighborhood until she got here. So yeah, with all of this mess, I don't feel like I have a choice. And so now, because interest rates are so high and because the property values in Nashville have doubled or tripled everywhere in this town since I bought my house, if I bought a place that cost exactly what this place is worth, my mortgage will double.
What's the chance of you looking outside of Nashville?
I mean, I can look...
Or out of the state, even.
No, because my job is predicated on me being in town and having access to artists. But,
all right, gotcha.
I can look outside of the immediate city, but it's still going to be the same.
That word.
What?
Predicated? Wow.
I went to college, Wally. I read books. Maybe I sound dumb sometimes, but I do read books.
Wow.
But yeah, so I'm about to put my house on the market, and I'm probably still not going to pick up the dog shit because I'm going to sell it as is. And as is includes the dog shit, the weeds, the leaves that are back there, all of that. I'm not messing with it.
Crazy bitch next door.
Crazy bitch next door, as is.
I think you should advertise it that way, that it comes with a crazy bitch next door.
Crazy bitch.
No, because I want to actually sell it. I'm not mentioning the crazy bitch next door.
A crazy bitch next door.
Maybe.
You never know.
Maybe.
I've always said, I wish it wasn't so quiet here. I wish that we had a crazy bitch next door.
I got one for you.
Send her to Maine.
I'm sure she'll come right up there. It'll be great.
Come on by.
She and her felon boyfriend with his guns.
Yeah, I don't need that.
Mm.
Leave the felon boyfriend away. Oh, here's something. Maine is kind of a fucked up state, but here's something this morning. So we have a pretty brisk cruise ship summer here in a couple of ports. Bar Harbor, one of the ports, Portland being the other port. Fucking people in Maine can be such idiots. They're upset because too many people are coming into the town off of the ships. They're like, you're fucking kidding me. They get 54,000, whatever it is. They bring money and revenue into the state. And these people in Bar Harbor who are bitching about, we don't have jobs, we don't have this, we don't have... But they want to cut back on how many ships they let come in because it gets a little congested downtown.
I can almost understand that because I live in a tourist city, and the tourists who come here, like we have now surpassed Las Vegas, from what I've heard, as the bachelorette capital of the United States. It's some bullshit. These bachelorette parties come in and they're rude and they trash hotel rooms and Airbnbs and they really embarrass themselves on the streets of downtown Nashville, which is their problem, except for when they're like shitting in front of you on the sidewalk or vomiting on whatever. Because you can't have a bachelorette party in Nashville and not get stupid drunk. And so on the one hand, it's like you want to be grateful for the tourism that comes to Nashville and brings all this money here. And on the other hand, fuck these bitches. Fuck them. Get them out of my city. Get them off of the pedal taverns that are driving around in front of a fucking pedal tavern on the road.
None of these people are shitting on the sidewalk. These are blue hairs wearing diapers coming off a cruise ship. Yeah. So the shitting is happening in a diaper. You're not seeing any of it. You don't have to worry about it.
But I understand, like, people coming in and getting in the way. Like, I understand that. You want to be grateful for the tourism, but also get the fuck out of my way. I live here. Just
let me come back for a second.
Yeah, but people live in these fucking cities.
People shit on the sidewalk there?
It's happened. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why people who live in Nashville never go downtown.
We saw, Jody and I were out driving one day. We were coming off of the turnpike. And as we come off the exit, we're near a island where there's people holding their signs. I'm homeless, help me out, yada, yada. And we look, and over on the guardrail, there's a woman who just drops trow, hangs her ass over the guardrail and takes a shit.
Jesus.
And it's about 2:00 in the afternoon. And Jody and I we're both saying, are we seeing what's that woman taking a shit right there over the guardrail? It was unfucking real.
My God, these women on bachelorette parties shitting on the sidewalk. I ended a relationship with a girl for public shitting. Okay,
as you should have.
Well, walking on, she's like, I gotta go real bad. I'm like, it's late. I gotta go, and she shit in a pizza box, and
no, she did not.
And then didn't throw away the pizza box. Just kind of kicked it a little bit. So some poor fuck is coming along and picking up this fucking box. Number one, and number two, I'm like, okay, this no, we don't. Goodbye. And that was it.
I'm kind of having a little gag reflex over here. That story.
What, you're having a gag reflex over a large shitteroni? I mean,
I'm imagining some indigent person coming by and going, ooh, lifting up the box. They've got some weight, must have pizza in it. Dark, lifting the lid up and just reaching their
you lift it up, and the only thing you hear
just reaching their hand, and they can't see because it's too dark, and they're grabbing a handful of turd.
And the only thing you hear is the Price is losing horn.
Now I'm just crying.
No.
Oh, God.
Oh,
on the other side of the
here's the question, though. Did you take her back home first and have one last romance, or did you just end it right there on the street?
I just walked away. That was it. I literally just walked away.
And you were done.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't end.
Well, she was done too.
Well, yeah, she definitely. I don't end relationships in the right way, so I'm told.
Oh no! Listen, man. When a girl shits in a pizza box on the street in the daylight, you got to end that. That's a good end.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes though it's bad. I was blind date with a girl who I just randomly messaged on AOL's Instant Messenger in 1996. Okay. And she was down at American University, and she told me what she'd be wearing. And I said, okay, cool. I'll see you soon. I'm going to be in a red Thunderbird. And she said, okay, great. And the guy that was standing next to me says, you don't have a red Thunderbird. You've got a blue Oldsmobile. I said, I know. So when I drive by her and I don't like her, she's not going to see a red Thunderbird.
Jesus Christ.
And the car did not stop, by the way. So that was.
Oh, man.
You know, I feel that's shitty. I think I have been her. I have been that girl. The only difference
I've been that girl
potentially is that the last time it happened to me, it was right after my divorce, and I wasn't convinced that I was ready for dating anyway. And it was a guy from, I don't know, Match or whatever. And he suggested this place that we go to get a drink. And shit. I got there first. It was buy one, get one beers. So I just ordered one, and I told the guy to, hang on for the other one till the guy got there. And the guy apparently, well, I don't know. I'm guessing he got there, saw me, and left. Or he just never showed up at all. Either way, I got 2 beers and no bullshit guy. So I won that situation. But it still felt shitty.
Again, you can't hold against me what I did when I was 21. Now it's 7. I'll just tell you to fuck straight off.
So did anybody run into any characters waiting in line to vote? Because I'm sad that I really didn't this time.
No, we had no waiting, no nothing. So voting, and this is for sure. When I got to vote, I went to vote. I think I got there at like 7:30, and there was 3 or 4 people there. And everybody votes in this town. Everybody goes to vote.
That's great.
It's just back and forth and back. And I love one of the things I love about this town is people are chatting and talking and laughing and, oh, hey, Wally, how are you? What's that address again? I like that. And I was expecting, I was thinking to myself, imagine if you were voting in Wisconsin right now or Arizona. There's going to be some buffoon wearing a mask, carrying an AR, checking out people, trying to intimidate them. Mm-hmm. I couldn't imagine voting in that kind of situation. or doing anything in that situation.
I was kind of surprised because I did early voting, which I did, for the last, and obviously I understand a presidential election is a lot bigger, but when I did early voting for the presidential election, there's a library up the road, which is where I go to vote. And the line back then was out of the library, down around the whole building, into a park that was next door. Like the line, like I waited for 2.5 hours to get in to vote that time. This time I pulled up, and if it wasn't for the voting signs all around the library, I would have thought I was in the wrong place, because there was no line coming out of the building. And I went in, I was in and out in 20 minutes. And I was like, that makes me kind of sad, but there's a lot more early voting days. There's election days coming up. I have no idea actually how many people turned out total, but I do know that when I pulled up that map of the results, that map was entirely red. And I was like, oh, so we're keeping all of them then. Okay, cool.
So how does that work for you? Do you feel like, so I remember when I lived in Virginia, I'm a pretty liberal dude. And when I lived in Virginia, it was tough sometimes to be a liberal guy, even in the early 90s.
Nashville
in Lynchburg, Virginia.
Nashville itself is more, I would say, more liberal, more progressive than the rest of the state, because the majority of the state is farms and out in the counties, and those are typically going to be more conservative voters. And so it makes sense that the majority of the state is red. And honestly, I'm not anti-Republican or anti-conservative, but in this particular case, I live in a state that is actively trying to take rights away from women and the LGBTQIA plus and people of color and anybody who's not white men. And so it was my hope that we could lean a little bit in another direction and sort of at least balance things out a little bit here.
Actually, so what about you, Chris? Did we lose Chris?
I don't know. It looks like he's still here. Chris, are you still
Maybe
here?
That's why he popped up for a second and popped off. Maybe we lost him.
Maybe. But it looks like he's still here.
So
hold on.
Do you vote party line?
Not usually. I go, individual by individual and see what their platform is and what they've voted on before and all of that. Chris, you're on mute. I don't know if you know that.
Too.
Oh,
Chris.
We lost Chris.
No, I think he's gone. Chris left.
Yeah. Okay.
He's having trouble with his phone. Must be.
Yes.
So, how much do you think you can sell your house for?
Around $250,000. Which is, it's nice. I bought it for $125, so
yeah, that's good.
So that's good. But if I buy another house that's $250,000 to $300,000, still paying double, the mortgage that I'm paying now.
Yeah. Jody and I sold. So we don't have. Well, we just have one rental property still. But when we sold that, we sold about 10 months too early. We sold our last one. And about, I don't know, maybe 8 months later, it was worth. We sold it for like $125 or something, $150. It was, we sold it for what we owed, or what was owed to the person who was living in it, and we probably could have sold it at that point for $175. And then about 8 months later, we could have sold it for like $250. Like, fuck.
Yeah,
sold it just too early. Just too early.
The only good thing is for me is that because interest rates are a lot higher than they were when I bought my place. So the only good thing is the mortgage guy that I'm talking to is, first of all, they're doing this thing called a 2-to-1 buy down, where the seller pays your pays the difference, I don't know, 2% of the interest, knocks your interest rate down by 2% because they pay the difference and it goes into your escrow. And then, so for the first year, it's 2% less. And then the second year, it's 1% less. And then the regular. But then after the interest rates go down for real, this guy's going to refinance for free.
You know what, though? These fucking people, these banking finance people, they come up with so many fucking wackadoodle things to do. And you know that even though it sounds so great that somehow you're getting the short end of a long stick. You don't know how. You could never figure out how you're getting the short end because it feels right and it sounds right, but somehow they've twisted it so you're definitely getting fucked somehow.
Yeah.
Even though it doesn't feel like you are.
Yeah.
You know, you just can't figure. You just don't know what the fuck. Like our first mortgage on our house 20 years ago, and I think it was Wells Fargo, and we were all caught up in that fucking Wells Fargo fake bullshit when they had to sell all their shit and
you know
they did a bunch of hinky shit.
I've had Wells
mortgages.
Fargo for decades, and that didn't affect me at all somehow.
Well, we got all caught up in that shit, and then they had to sell it. So our mortgage is now owned by some sort of finance company that's not really a mortgage company. They buy bankrupt properties. So whoever had our loan before went bankrupt because of all the banking shit. So they scooped it all up for nothing. And we're getting fucked because we're still paying whatever we have to pay for our mortgage. But they bought it out of bankruptcy for pennies on the dollar.
Did you see the text from Chris?
No.
Chris had an emergency at home and needed to step away.
He had to go pick his mother-in-law up off the floor.
I hope she's okay. I do, because I
hope she's okay.
If she's not okay, you're such an asshole for laughing right now.
Jeez, I hope she's all right. Oh, she only broke her leg. All right, needs a hip replacement.
You're such an asshole for laughing right now.
Well, hey, listen, maybe she was just shitting in a pizza box and she fell down.
Oh, my God. No, that was somebody he dated, not his future mother-in-law.
I know, but man, oh, man. I thought we were about to see Chris on the call.
I thought so, too.
Like, hey, here comes Chris. No, that's just his hand, and now he's gone. He's done.
Yeah.
Well, I hope his mom and his possible future mother-in-law is okay.
Don't say it like that. Oh my
I'm
God.
holding it in reserve.
What if it doesn't work out then? You are such an asshole for saying that.
I wish he was here right now because he would be way worse than me.
He sure would.
I would say that, and he'd double down on that and destroy me. He'd destroy me he'd destroy my bad joke by making a much worse joke and a much worse comment about the whole thing. And I'm really sorry. I miss what he would say.
Yeah, I know.
It would be great.
Well,
it would be great. Yeah. So I wish Kush was here, but it's just calamity after calamity.
Swear to God.
He must fucking lead a very interesting life.
I feel like he does.
Yeah, I feel like he does too.
Have you guys become Facebook friends?
No.
I feel like you should. I mean, that's not up to me, but I feel like you should because you would get a kick out of his posts.
Oh, yeah, maybe I will then. Maybe I'll send him something.
Yeah.
I Facebook very little. Jody and I, we only recently became Facebook friends.
With each other?
Because, yeah, because, well, it's just, I really don't want to, I feel like I would intrude in her space. And if she wants to talk shit about me, she should be able to talk shit about me without me, maybe seeing it and going, what the fuck? What do you mean I got a small dick? I'm not sexually satisfied.
Just tell her she can set the privacy settings so you can't see that shit. Then she can talk about your small dick all she wants and you won't even know.
We've just become friends in the last probably 3 months or maybe 4 months.
Wow.
But we never talk to each other ever on Facebook.
No.
Which we shouldn't.
No.
We live in the same fucking house.
I know there is a couple.
I don't comment on any of her shit. I don't look at her shit. I don't know. I've never go to her Facebook page.
There is a couple I know who leave each other Facebook messages on each other's wall. So that
I know a couple like that.
Everybody can see it, and I'm like, aren't you all in the same house?
I think it's I think that's a sign of huge insecurity. Like you're trying to prove to other people
how happy you are.
We're really in love.
Yeah.
We really love. We feel.
In that respect, I can't even be mad because I wasn't doing necessarily that when I was with Shithead, but I look at some of my Facebook memories now and I'm like, oh, go fuck yourself. When I'm like, best boyfriend ever, made me dinner when I got home from work.
Yeah,
like,
that's
fuck off.
That feels.
I'm saying that to myself. Just fuck off.
Right, but that feels like you're. It feels like I don't know. I know a little bit about that relationship, but it feels like you're trying to convince yourself that the asshole is not really the asshole he is.
Actually, I think I was trying to convince myself that I was worthy of that kind of relationship. And letting everybody else know I was worthy of that kind of relationship too. And I think that's where probably why I'm so annoyed with looking back at it now, because now I know I'm worthy of that kind of relationship and I wouldn't post about it if I had it today. Now I don't want that. I don't want a relationship.
Right. No. Jody and I never, we just don't, but I have a couple of friends who they're constantly fucking, oh, you're the best husband. Oh, look what the great husband did for me. Oh, look what the great wife did. It's like, shut the fuck up. What is it you're fucking trying to prove?
Right.
By this fucking adulation online.
Right.
Who are you trying to convince? Because the woman, I think this is her fourth marriage. So let's fucking be real. You've been married if this is your fourth marriage, it's not because you're fucking a stable partner.
I don't think I will ever understand, and I don't mean this with any judgment. It's legitimately that I don't understand how people can go through divorce after divorce after divorce and go, yeah, I want to get married again. Like, well, maybe they feel like that's the only way to get love. Like, I honestly don't understand how it's even appealing to get married again. Because I also know that everybody's marriages didn't end like mine did, and everybody wasn't in as bad a situation as I was in, but also been there, done that. I don't have any need to do that again. I'm not going to say it's never going to happen, but it's not anything I'm looking for. And as a matter of fact, I'm on 2 dating apps, and although I'm not taking either one of them very seriously, right. But in my profile, it says dating, looking for a long-term relationship that is not necessarily leading to marriage. I specifically am not looking for something that's going to lead to marriage. Exclusivity? Yeah. Marriage? Meh. No, I'm good.
Oh, it's nice to have, though. I'm hearing what you're saying. I think it's nice to have a bounce off, somebody you can bounce shit off. So somebody who's there. Mm-hmm. I think it's nice to, but I think it's so fucking hard to find.
Yeah.
Like I look at my daughter. So my daughter is 31.
Wow.
I know. You've known her since she was a zygote.
3. Yeah.
So she's 31 and she's had a few boyfriends along the way who have been her age. And that's the fucking keyword. She's now finally with a fucking man.
Good for her.
And he's the same age as her, but he's a man. He's had these 28-year-old boys. I don't know what the fuck is going on with these guys. Because she's brought a couple home and you meet them, you're like, what the fuck is that? It's like a fucking 15-year-old in a 28-year-old's body.
Yeah.
What the fuck are these guys? They're these. They're just wet noodles with no backbone and no. You look at it and say, you could never provide what you need to provide, not for a woman, for another person.
Yeah.
The support that if you're going to be in any sort of fucking relationship, you need to be able to provide not money and shit, support. Mm-hmm. Support, emotional, maybe monetary, just a partner. They're fucking lousy.
Yeah.
They're just terrible at this shit. So I think you get an uphill battle, girl.
You know what's interesting? My Uber driver last night was very chatty, and he was talking about how he had gone through this divorce. And
it's so metropolitan.
Why? Because I have an Uber driver?
Yes. You're so metropolitan.
I mean, do you know how much it costs to park a car in Nashville?
No, I don't. I mean, it makes sense.
If there's any sort of event happening, minimum $30. Minimum $30. This, and also I could expense the parking too. It was easier just to not drive.
Chatty Uber.
Chatty Uber driver, talking about how, well, first of all, he's like, I was asking him about, he must meet a lot of interesting people doing that job. And he said, yeah. And he said, and I love meeting people and talking to them, but it gets weird when they start asking me like really personal questions and then having commentary on my personal life. And I was like, that seems odd. And he's like, yeah, like they want to know why I'm working, driving for Uber 80 hours a week. And I was like, I'm assuming it's because you enjoy money.
Yeah.
and then he goes into, it's because I hate loneliness. And I was like, oh, I didn't ask that. I feel like you're now telling me too much information.
Right.
And so now I know about this Uber driver that he went through a divorce. He has 4 kids. His ex-wife, for some reason, I can't remember what happened. She lost her place or she lost her job or whatever and needed a place to live. So now his ex-wife is living with him.
With the 4 kids?
And the 4 kids. Yeah. And
really good.
So, and I said, that's really cool that you can have that kind of relationship. I, think that's important and unusual and blah, blah, blah. And then he goes on to talk about how women reject him because he has healthy emotions. And I didn't tell him I thought that was probably bullshit. There was probably something unhealthy about that. But he says women don't want men to express emotions. And I don't think that's true.
No.
I don't believe that to be true. As a woman, I don't believe that to be true. Now, if you're crying every single day.
I think he was about to ask you if you wanted to get into a threesome.
No.
This sounds like this guy.
I would have been like, no, not if you're going to cry through the whole thing. I kid.
Yeah, he sounds like he's full of shit.
Yeah. He's like, women don't want guys to cry when they feel sad. And in my head, I was just kind of like, I mean, are you crying all day, every day? Because that's a problem and you should get therapy.
Yeah,
but personally, I have no problem with a man expressing his feelings in a healthy way.
Yeah.
Because the unhealthy way turns into my next door neighbor's ex-boyfriend and his guns.
So this might be old school. This might be 60-year-old sort of thinking. But I think a woman wants a man to be a man. And sometimes that means crying.
Yeah.
Sometimes it means changing a tire.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes it means fixing a toilet. Sometimes it means hugging you. I think just want to fucking like me. I just want a person to be a person. I want a woman to be a woman. I was going to say,
I think you just described me as a man.
Well, I like it when my wife wears a dress.
Mm-hmm.
She has good legs. But I like when she looks feminine. But I also like when she throws on a fucking pair of jeans and a flannel shirt and comes outside and helps me fix, the horse fence.
Well, what it sounds to me is you like your wife and you are attracted to your wife. And it doesn't really matter what she's wearing.
I think that's the most important part, by the way, of a marriage, of that kind of relationship, of a close relationship. You have to fucking like the person before you love them.
Yeah.
The fucking love part. The love part is the part that, gets you naked, even when you don't look good, and doing it. The like part is the part that when you can't get naked anymore, don't want to get naked anymore, puts you in a chair on the porch drinking iced tea laughing.
Yeah.
And that's the part that lasts for fucking ever.
Yeah.
Right? That's the part. And I fucking like her. I do. I like her.
I assumed that even before you said
bitch,
it.
My wife.
Yeah. I remember her to be a good bitch.
Yeah, she is a good bitch.
Mm-hmm.
She's good.
Mm-hmm.
and she puts me in my place when I need to be put in my place, and she can take me saying, "Don't be such a cunt," and not fucking, she understands where it's coming from. And when she calls me a prick, I understand where it's coming from, and it's okay. Mm-hmm. Because 10 minutes later, like, do you want some ketchup on your burger? I mean, that's what it's supposed to be.
I feel like if we lived closer, Jody is somebody I could go over and hang out on the porch with and drink wine.
She's a good bitch. She is.
Yeah.
She really is.
Because she always seemed to me to be like a no bullshit person.
She is no bullshit.
Yeah. And she also
she'll drink a glass of wine with you and smoke a cigar too.
Yeah.
She will.
I'm in.
I've sat on the porch with her smoking a cigar and drinking wine. I
love it.
But I've also broken the front seat of when we had a Ford Escort one time. Way back when we had a Ford Escort, and her and I were getting busy in the driver's seat.
I knew you were going to go into the too much information part.
You said we're getting busy. And the thing that holds the seat down, the bolts that hold the seat into, we busted that motherfucker. The seat ended up in the back seat of the car.
Wow! If the Fords are rocking.
Yeah, you got it. We messed that car up.
I actually though believe that if it hadn't been a Ford, it probably would have been able to withstand.
Probably. Had it been a GMC.
Had it been a Chevy, it would have been fine.
Yeah. Well, I do have a Ford. We have a Ford F-350, and it's a piece of shit.
Is it?
Yeah. We only use it for now. It's only a yard truck. I'll use it just to plow for the summer.
Flip over, read directions.
Yeah.
Found on road dead.
But it still plows the yard fine.
Yeah.
What's your daily car?
I have a Chevy Equinox. It's 10 years old. It is just new enough to have like the little infotainment center screen, but just old enough that it can't play the streaming app that I work for unless I plug it into the aux cable.
Right.
It's a 2012, so it's just on the line. But it's fully paid off and it runs fine, and I'm probably going to drive it until it's dead like I did the Trailblazer that I had before it. A lot of miles? This one's only got, I think, 75,000 on it right now. When I got rid of my Trailblazer, and I loved that truck so much, but it was starting to cost me more money than it was worth to fix stuff on it. Was it an old
school Trailblazer?
It was a 2003, so not like, I still see some of them riding around, out on the road that look exactly like the one that I had, but just the one that I had was, it was done.
We had like an 84 or 5 or something Trailblazer. They used to plow it. It was bulletproof.
Yeah.
Bulletproof.
I loved that truck.
Yeah.
Loved it. It wasn't bulletproof, but you did have to work a little bit harder to hurt me in an accident.
Yeah. I have a Volvo. I'm a Volvo.
Oh, you fancy.
Got 160,000 miles on it. It's a 2017, and it's fully paid off.
That's the thing. My car's paid off, and it's going to have to do for a while because I'm about to buy a house I can't afford. So.
Yeah, but you got to do what you got to do, girl.
Yep. Got to.
Have you started to look? Have you got something in your head? Are you going to look for a standalone house?
For sure, I'm looking for a standalone house.
Right.
I am tired of sharing a wall
with a stick built or a double wide, or are you wide open?
I'm trying to stay within the general area that I live in now.
Right.
I want something that has either 3 bedrooms or 2 bedrooms and like a finished basement or a den or a, office space, whatever. Because right now what I have is a 2-bedroom townhouse. Yeah. And my guest room is also my home gym, which means when I actually have guests, they have to...
Sounds like ass.
Well, it smells like sweat, and also the bed has to be pushed over in the corner because I have one of those big weight cage things where you can it's got a squat rack and all the stuff on it. So it takes up a lot of space.
Jess, I don't work out at all.
You know what I'm talking about, though. Like one of those big...
Although... behind this screen, I do have a rowing machine. I've used it a couple of times.
Wow.
I got lost, but I've got to start using it again.
Yeah. Well, so my whole thing is that I want my home gym to have its own room, its own space, and then a guest room for actual guests. And
will you share it with your office, the home gym?
It depends on the layout of the house. Right. Like right now, my office is under the stairs, and it's right next to my living room. So
2 baths. You got to have 2 baths.
Well, I don't have to have 2 baths. I mean,
well, if you have a guest room, you need to have at least a half bath.
Yeah, I have 1.5 baths now. So the full bath is upstairs, accessible from the master bedroom, but also from the hallway. So the guest room can use that, and then the half bath is down here. By the way, speaking of master bedrooms, I just found out today you're not supposed to call them that anymore.
Because it's master?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
What is it called now?
I've seen it
up these fucking rules.
I've seen it called the owner's suite, and then I've also seen it called the primary bedroom.
The owner's suite.
The owner's
suite. Sounds like a fucking baseball stadium.
Yeah, no kidding.
Come on in here and play some ball in the owner's suite, baby. Yeah.
I don't know the origins of that word, when applied to a bedroom or a bedroom suite. So I don't know how I feel about not being able to call it that anymore. Like I have to look up, does that word come from it being a master slave situation, or are we just randomly outlawing words now?
I gotta, it sort of feel, I don't know. So I would have never come up with that analogy or that relationship between master suite and slavery. I would have never come up with that until you mention it now. I would never put those two things together. And you lived in the South. You live in the South. I've lived in the South. I've lived in a fucking racist quagmire. I would have never come up with that relationship.
But as a white dude, you would never have had to.
I think it's stuff people invent, though.
Well, I don't know. I'm gonna do the research. I'm gonna look up the history of why it's called a master bedroom and see then how I feel about it after that.
I just even if it is a 180-year-old sort of reference, haven't we gotten past that? Do you think if you and I talked to fucking 10 random folks and said, when I say master bedroom, what do you think? How many of those people would say, well, I think it's a slave quarters. You're talking about the master and the slave.
Well, how many of those 10 random folks are black?
5 and 5.
Because I think that makes a difference. I think 5
and 5. I think 5 and 5.
I really just think that there's an education process that's happening in this country where things that we as white people would never have thought about are being pointed out. Like, hey, this is a thing and it's harmful. And once I'm told that it's harmful, that it's harming someone to use it, I'm okay with not using it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm okay with not using it too, but I think that 5 years ago, everybody called it a master suite. Black, white, Asian, whatever.
Yeah.
Nobody thought of it that way until somebody sits down and goes, you know what that means, don't you?
Well, that's why I want to do the research and find out what it means and find out where the term came from with respect to bedrooms. Like, that's why I want to do that research.
Yeah. Well, I would guess this, that in Vermont, they probably called it a master bedroom in 1822, and nobody owned a slave.
Hmm.
And I would guess
But that doesn't mean that it didn't come from that terminology.
Maybe not. Maybe it came from, more than likely, came from England somewhere.
Yeah. Master bedroom.
I just think we're looking, I don't know if we are, and I think it's white people primarily who come up with this shit. Come up with
guilt?
Ways to, yeah, I think it's a lot of white guilt. They come up with other ways. We shouldn't say, fuck, stop already. It's not even in my fucking head until you sort of say it. And I'm like, well, now is that something or is it not something? Have you invented something and yet something else I have to say, boy, I really am a piece of shit.
Well, I know that you're not a piece of shit. I know this.
And I don't feel like a piece of shit, but I'm going to have to research this now too, because that's just the way I am. I have to know.
Well, okay, tell you what, let's research this, and hopefully next week when we gather again, Chris won't have any issues. We can all talk to each other together for an hour.
Hopefully he's not filming another I've fallen and can't get up commercial.
Right.
And be able to hang with us.
Next week is going to be great.
Oh, I want to slap him around a little bit. And I'm going to try to be here on time.
Okay.
I'll just have to work early. Because, I'm gig working.
Yeah. No, I know.
I have great stories about gig work.
I'm sure you do.
People are cocks and they're cunts.
I know.
They're such cunts.
I try really hard not to be one of them.
All right.
All right. See ya.
All right. Hey, by the way, your hair looks really good.
Thank you. I bathed.
I didn't. That's my